Welcome back to the channel. I am in my home office today. This is Christmas morning. I'm going to head to out in the studio here in a little bit. Just have to warm it up, and I just wanted to make a quick video. Don't know how long this one will be, but I wanted to touch on I kind of do these videos with, oh yeah, I got a thought in my head. Let me just put it on YouTube and see what everyone thinks about it. So we are going to be discussing McDojos. I only have two criterias is what defines a McDojo. But before we get into that, if I could have you guys like and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I do appreciate all the comments and the interactions on my channel and all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so let's talk about it. So the first thing is money. If now the money has to come with the second thing, but the first thing is going to be money. And do you become a number and not a student, or do you become a student and part of the family within your studio? That's the big factor in this. Is, are you paying and just becoming a number where you haven't even seen who runs this place? Like, you've never seen the instructor. All you are doing is interacting with your physical instructor that instructs you out on the floor, which is a Mrs. So-and-so or a Mr. So-and-so. That could be a young adult, maybe even a teenager. And that's the only ones that you interact with, and the secretary within the deal of, the interactions with the parents and everything like that. That is okay in some extent, because there is a lot of different avenues within martial arts studio. Yes, there does need to be a secretary. There does need to be instructors. There does need to be a project manager. Just like any business, there does need to be people in these certain positions. The sales guy. But there's a fine line to that as well. I think, I guess, let me give you the second one, and let's talk about this. Let's talk it out, and I think we can get a resolution of what really is going to, what defines a McDojo here. So the second one is their curriculum. What is their curriculum, and is it a horrible curriculum? Like, you really don't know what a front kick and side kick and a round kick is. They give you one sort of kick. It's either just your sparring kick and not your board break kick and not your forms kick, because those are three different kicks. I didn't know this for the longest time, and I was training as a competition martial artist, and I was doing a lot of round kicks, but round kicks with the top of my foot. And I had a testing coming up, and I had to break a board, and I chose the round kick, but the only round kick that I knew was this round kick with the top of my foot. Now, yes, you can break a board with the top of your foot. A lot of them call it the instep, but I call it the top of the foot. Top of the foot, come in. It takes some conditioning, but it does hurt if you don't break this board. That's the only kick that I knew. And so I still remember this to this day. When just the split second of how the board was set up, I'm like, how am I going to break this board? Because it's like I've only trained with a sparring round kick or a sparring front kick with this top of the foot, and that's all I knew. And so I pretty much broke the board with my shin, and it broke. But I was like, okay, this needs this is wrong. This is not a correct kick. And I knew that because I was an adult, a young adult. But I knew that, and I needed some correction, so I got it years later. But is the curriculum just not very good? Do you see these high-ranking black belts, second, third, fourth degrees, that just are horrible martial artists? That just it's like you watch their form, you watch their competition, you watch their weapons, whatever it is, and you're just like thinking to yourself like, good Lord, you're a second degree black belt and you've actually passed all your testings and you look like that? Are you serious? Now, yes, so granted, like for me having a disability, some of my moves aren't going to be the greatest, and I do understand that. Other people understand that when they see me, but I do have a very good front kick. I do have a very good round kick. My body works well with itself to get the power at the end of my technique, whether it's a punch, strike, block. I've one side does work very well, and I've trained the other side to where it looks correct. But if the average person is doing a form and it's just like and he or she is just like a second degree, first degree up, and you're just like, you're a black belt and you look like that, like your instructor allowed that to go on with your instruction. Now granted, it's not their fault that they look like that. It's their instructor's fault that looks like that, because they didn't take the time to correct that technique to where when they do a form, then that high block has that nice snap. Whether it's high block, low block. I mean, just that, body up, chest out, head up. I mean, all these little intricate details need to be in with their curriculum. But if they just kind of like, it's a low block, high, go ahead, okay, move on, let's go. To me, that just tells you that it's just all about the money to them, and they don't care what your style looks like. As a martial artist, as a school owner, if you even have a heart, you should care about what your students look like and how your students grow within the style, because they are a reflection of your style. And if you're coming out with like these horrible, students that just don't even really know how to throw a good front kick or a round kick correctly, and know, okay, this is a sparring round kick compared to a testing forms round kick or a board break round kick, or just a you're in a confrontation out in the real world, and this is a round kick or a front kick that needs to save your life right now, and all those will be different within each application that you need to use it. So bottom line is, if you're paying way too much money, you just become a number. You're like, everything costs, every couple weeks, it seems like you're forking money out for something. Testings, new equipment, camps, and they are required. And instead of recommended, then that's a red flag. And then second one, is the curriculum good, or is the instructors kind of letting stuff fly and you're creating really bad looking black belts that really don't know what they're doing? That to me is a McDojo right there. The other stuff, yes, it could fall under the McDojo line, but those are the two big things that I think And then of course this belt factory deal too, that lines up with the bad instruction, all the money that, oh yeah, it's a mandatory testing every 2 weeks. We have a testing and it's mandatory. And you're just gonna get another belt whether you know the material or not. So that kind of, in my mind, falls in the line of this McDojo money and really bad curriculum that they just kind of get you through all you can, and really maybe even too, they even keep you as a color belt. They don't ever advance to you as your black belt testing yet, because they just want to suck that money out of you. So be careful with those. Those should be red flags to you. If you have any comments, comment down below. I'll read them. And if you have any good stuff on new videos, comment down below, and I'll look into those and reply to you. Train hard, train smart. See you then.